When you don't know what to do nothing. Ultimately, I have been in situations where I feel stuck. I feel like I have no idea what am I gonna do, what to do with my life, or what to do with my day, or what to do with this moment. And it get me in a frustration because I have no idea how to move from here. This sensation that you are stuck, that you are in a void, lost, and waiting, as if you're waiting for something outside of you to come and rescue you or give you a solution or an answer. Those moments can be either moments where you will spiral into negative thinking and anxiety and worries, or choose to be in a calm situation where you just accept that in this right moment there is nothing that needs to be done. It's simply a moment where you need to sit, be calm, breathe deeply, and just chill, relax. It's okay sometimes to not have it all figured out, to not have all the answers, and to not know what is the next step. It's okay. The problem with that is that we have been conditioned, and at least from my point of view, to have always something to do, to always have our mind working on something, thinking about something, and our body being engaged in some action, whatever it is. From maybe smoking a cigarette, to preparing something to eat, to writing or reading or watching a movie or anything. It's as if we are not used to just sit down, to do nothing, to be nothing, to be no one, to be in that moment what we are, to simply exist and be ourselves in that moment, embracing that even when we are not doing what we are supposed to do, to be someone we are supposed to be, that is okay. I have a lot of struggle with this. I can't find it easy. I do not find it easy to really just chill and be in a non-action, to just relax, sitting like in this moment and just enjoying life, watching, looking around me, looking to my place, to the fact that in this moment I acknowledge that I am lucky and I am grateful for having this luck, that I am alive, I am healthy, I'm good, I'm happy, everything is all right. I have everything I need on this moment. I have a computer, I have internet, I have a microphone, I have a small house, but I do have a house. I have a shelter, I have a bed, I have clothes, and I'm fine. I really have what I need right now. I have something to eat, I have the water to drink, warm water for a shower. So why would I be always in this permanent need to be doing something or to be someone? And that's something that made me reflect a lot, especially ultimately on the last year, where I have been somehow by life taken to this area, to this condition where you really can do anything. You just have to accept what is coming and learn to surrender. Moving from a chaotic life where you are day in, day out, doing the same things in an automatic way. You wake up, you go to work, you get home, you get back home, you sleep, and so on. Moving from there to a moment where you feel, you hear a calling within you, telling you that it is no longer okay for you, it is no longer serving you. You are not yourself, you are acting someone else, and you feel disconnected from your true self. You feel like for all this time, you have been so used to be moving, to be doing things, to be distracted by everything happening around you, the conditions, the circumstances, the life, the people, the environment, the country, the politics, the media, the social media. It's all spiraling and all moving around you, and you get yourself distracted and spiraling within it, and at no moment you take the time to stop and just be no one. Be no one and do no thing. That's a very deep thing to consider. It really shifted me a lot to get to this point, because there is a moment where maybe you relate to it as well, when you get punched by life. One problem after the other, one challenge after the other, one bad thing after the other, until a point where you really cannot handle it, where you feel really like you've done it all, you gave it your all, and there is nothing left to do, nothing left to think about or to change, because you are exhausted, you have been emptied, your energy have been drawn, and you are empty, really. You don't know how to step up from that. And that's a moment where, in my opinion, you get to the point where you see that it's time for you are pushed, I might say, by life or by synchronicities, to face it, to accept it, to surrender to it. But surrendering is not giving up. It's not closing up yourself and staying in a negative state, in an overthinking state. Surrendering is about getting to a point where you realize that from where you are right now, there is not that much to do. And there is no point on taking massive action right now to prevent an uncertain and unknown future. You get to a point where you understand that you are not in control. You are not in control of everything that is gonna happen or how things should unfold. You get to a point where you realize that really the only thing that you can do is being here, doing your best where you are, and embracing and enjoying this right moment. Because most of us, I think, unless you are in wars or natural catastrophes, I am sure that if you look around you, you will find that right now, while I'm talking to you, when you look around you, you are safe. You are fine. You are having what you need when you need it. And it has always been that way. And I am sure it's gonna be all right even in the future. So when you have nothing to do, do no thing. Just sit with yourself and take the moment for what it is. It's a moment for you to just be. Do not add any object, any action, any complement. Just be. It's okay to say, I am. I do not have to be defined each and every time by a feeling, an emotion, a behavior, or any external thing. I think, be it a job, a career, a role, I am. This is for me a point of shift in my life, because problems might keep coming, okay? Challenges might keep coming in my life, and I think it's the same thing for everyone, from the wealthiest person to the poorest person. We keep having situations in our life where we are challenged. It's as if there is a call for us to move from where we are to something else, and we don't know actually what is this something else, but we feel like there is something pushing us, taking us away from where we are. It's as if it's inviting us to something else, but our physical mind, this limited part of us, the smallest part of us, is not used to step into unknown. It'd rather be in the familiar than move to an unknown, to the uncertainty, because it thinks that unknown equals risk, equals losing control, equals losing ourselves, dying somehow. And it's true actually that every moment in our life where we are moving from where we are right now to something different and new, what we call change, what we call big changes, because we define it as something huge to do, we are stepping into the unknown. It's part of growing, I think. It's part of evolving, expanding. If you just consider in the past, from the childhood up until now, we constantly are moving from familiar to non-familiar, from known to unknown. And it was the only way to grow. And as a human being, and I think we can see it also in nature and life around us, you either grow or disintegrate. And it's important to understand this, because in life you either gonna change or you're gonna sit where you were and disintegrate. You are gonna die slowly. You are gonna die, your soul is gonna cry. Your purpose, that is, in my opinion, to expand ourselves in so many areas, and most importantly in our mind and in our spirit, is very important. And if we don't keep going and following that unknown, we are gonna end up dying slowly. And death does not mean only physical death. The worst death, in my opinion, is when you lose yourself. You lose yourself in a negative way, where you stop listening to yourself, where you stop giving to yourself love, attention, care, motivation, and stimulation to grow. That is negative death for me. Regular death is just something that is part of life, and I don't see it neither positive or negative. It just is. We are all gonna face it, so it's fine. I'm not scared of that. But when I think about the fact that what is stopping us is really this fact of not being able to finally embrace the unknown, accept it as part of our life, of our process, and of our journey. And sometimes when we are in the point where we have no clue what to do next, it's all right to not do anything, but to stay with ourselves and be ourselves on that moment, whatever it is. Maybe in this moment where you don't know what to do, there is sadness, there is loneliness, frustration, anger, fear, whatever it is. Sit with it, because that moment is an invitation to listen to yourself, to listen. Because when you think about it, frustration comes when expectations aren't met, when we are not in control. Anger comes when we feel like our boundaries are unmet. Somebody crossed a boundary and disrespected us. We weren't heard, we weren't seen, we weren't validated and understood and respected. Fear comes when we are about to do something and we have no idea what it is, when we ignore. That's it. For me, fear is caused by ignorance, not knowing. And when we don't know, we are afraid what will happen. And unfortunately, our mind, our very dear mind, is wired to protect us. So what will it do on that case? When it perceived our fear, it will do its best to protect us, to detect any possible eventual risk, even if it's nonsense, even if it's irrational, and activate our defense mechanism to either put us in a situation to fight it, to survive, or escape from it, run from it, and avoid it. And it's normal when you don't know what to do. It's about there are feelings here that need to be addressed, inviting us to become aware of them, not from a point of view of judgment or avoidance, not about not listening to them, but more about observing them, observing how they are showing up in our body. How are we feeling in our body? Are we feeling a tightness in our chest? Our body trembling? Our shoulders being more crippled? I don't know, it might be any ways on which our emotions are manifested in our body language to tell us that there is something here that needs to be addressed for us to move on. If you are angry, there is no point on taking massive action out of anger, it's better to understand what are we making it mean. What is the story we are telling ourselves that is getting us to be angry? What parts of us are being dismissed? What parts of us we need to express better? What boundaries do we need to set with others to communicate of ourselves sometimes, to be healthier emotionally, physically, psychologically? Frustration. Are we being very hard on ourselves? Are we attaching expectations to certain outcomes? So we are feeding the disappointment and the frustration and the anger. And why? Is it realistic for us to set those expectations? Can we do it in a different way? Can we see it in a different way? Why not instead of expectation, we start being curious? We start taking things as they come and analyzing and observing them to then choose what response we want to give to them, instead of just putting expectations and insisting and resisting any different outcome. It's difficult, I understand this. For me as well, it is difficult because it's not easy to detach from any expectation, to lose control, because we feel like if we do it, our life is ending. We are gonna end up in a worst case scenario possible, and it's gonna be unmanageable. This is where we need to sit with ourselves and say, okay, in this moment I'm frustrated because I don't know what to do. I have no idea. Okay, let's sit, or let's go for a walk, or let's have a sit and just observe what's going on. Listen to ourselves. What are we telling to ourselves? What is our deep, more pure spiritual higher self is trying to convey to us? What is it trying to turn your focus on? What is the lesson that is trying to teach us? Because as long as we do not learn the lesson, we will keep repeating the same situations and we will keep living the same emotions. We need to understand, to learn, so we can move on. This is very important. So when you don't know what to do nothing. Just stay with yourself, observe your thoughts, observe your body, relax, find your way to relax, to lean to it and to listen to it and to welcome any message it is giving to you right now. Use that moment of not knowing what to do as a signal from yourself to tell you we need a break. Now we need a break. We are good, as I said earlier. If we look around us, we are safe, we are good, we have everything we need right here and now. There is no hurry, honestly, because if you don't know what to do, doing more is gonna only harm you. It's gonna only exhaust you and frustrate you, and you are not gonna get to any point. So when you feel like you don't know what to do nothing. Listen, feel, breathe, and stay with yourself. Tell yourself that it's okay. We can take this rest, we can take this moment. It's all right to not know what to do. It's all right to simply be. It's all right to give time to yourself, to give space to yourself, to let your ideas flow, your opinion be expressed, your feelings be felt, your emotions to rise to the surface and to be there with you and to listen to the messages they are telling you. Live with them and stay with them. Because in my opinion, whenever we are feeling in that void, that moment when we really don't know what to do, you know what's happening? It's a call to not act, but to listen and feel. It's not a moment for action, it's a moment for reflection. That's it. I invite you to do that and to take care of yourself and to always remember that you are always in the right place at the right time. You are having what you need when you need it. If at a certain point by the day you didn't finish all the things that you planned to do, remind yourself, please, that what haven't been done didn't need to be done that day. Be cool with that, accept it, and be cool with the fact that being no one and doing no thing is nothing but just being and existing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. I invite you to check out my next video where I go deeper on this feeling of void, and I'm sure it's gonna help you and provide you more lessons and insights. I know that it's a very hard feeling that we all face, who more and who less, and it's important to become aware of what is happening within us, because that's the way we can change what is happening out of us. Take care of yourself, much love, and see you in the next video.